Welcome to today's very special presentation of the Real Ass Podcast, the best of Nick Mullen. Nick is a longtime guest, good friend, and one of the funniest comics out there working. Support him in everything that he does, and enjoy today's show.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Real Ass Podcast. It's your boy, Louis J. Gomez.
Where's Rattlesnake, Real Ass Dude, Ultimate Minority, Joan Jett of Comedy. I got a lot of names.
International superstar Zac Amico. How you doing, buddy?
He's funny, he's a psycho, he's a real ass dude.
I was double teaming this chick with her husband. Now he's selling coke in heaven.
Are you f***ing ready, motherfuckers?
It's the only real podcast left out there.
Well, you know, it's funny. They're trying to do this with men as well. I just read something the other day about them trying to appeal to different sects of men now, right? Like Axe Body Spray is launching a new like beta male line, which is so hilarious to me.
Yeah.
It's like Axe Body Spray is the douchiest of all, but I know like Dove has like the
They all do
dad
that.
collection.
There's like no reason to use like Suave versus like Dove soap in the shower.
There's nothing.
nothing.
It's just
Cost.
soap.
It's
Whatever
just-
the price is the only reason.
but people will still buy
Yeah.
the male version of products
well done,
because
of
it does
course.
like have to like.
I
reinforce-
wore for years. To this day, I still will sometimes. I'll buy female Dove deodorant.
I use trans soap, which is just. It's
What?
I use my trans face wash, which is my father's tears.
yeah. I have my dick, which I kept in a little.
Oh, you mean your loofah?
yeah.
I keep it in my butt,
loose
and then I
dick
take it
in a
out.
jewelry box that I open up every morning. I hook it up to a little squirt gun, and I spray fine Polynesian urine all over my face out of my own dick. As a woman of the future.
But it's so funny though that they market this stuff in a way, even like yes, obviously it's just the packaging. We're dumb to even believe there's any difference. It's just just another stupid formula, right? Whether it's men, woman, whatever. But even on another level where you go, why are you trying to market to like beta males?
Because they have money. Because they have money and they'll buy shit.
They don't deep down inside want to be the beta male.
Of course not. That's why
they want to be the dude. You remember the black guy and the big muscular dude in the
Old Spice.
The Old Spice. What's that? His name? He's an
I forgot
actor,
the dude's name.
Terry something.
But what
They want to be that. They want to be a big black dick mother. They want to be a big black dick mother that's chicks and riding a horse and
all
having
do.
muscles and
No,
work out.
because
Nobody wants to be the beta. They're pretending to want to be that because they think that women want that.
Of course.
But
what's
deep
the
down inside, their instinct is they want to be He-Man.
Yeah,
we all want to be He-Man still.
well, they want to and they'll take any route to get there. But the reason all advertising is aspirational. So if they're saying like, hey, here's soap for a beta guy, it's because it'll increase your status in society. Advertisers think that if somebody identifies as, as you say, a beta or whatever, like a Hillary voter or whatever it is, the advertisers are thinking somebody sees an image of that guy and they see this guy as somebody that has more power. And whether that power is increased, financial capital or social
Can I
capital.
say my problem with this?
What?
And because I look at things from a marketing perspective a lot, and I think I'm a fairly good promoter and marketer of myself and the network that we have here. People with advertising, people aren't that conscious. People aren't going through those steps in their head. They're not going like, well, I see that guy and that guy's like me. And what it is, it's a very quick kind of subconscious, fast-paced thing. So the idea of sex selling, it's like you don't even realize you don't see the color of the girl's eyes.
What does get a lot of thought
Nick's
put into it is all of the work that the advertising companies.
I think everything Nick said is true, but the average person doesn't know that that's what they're responding to.
I know.
You're right. They think it real quick, but if they broke it down...
People don't sit around thinking critically about advertisements.
If you were to look at once these things, when the smoke clears on these things, okay, and I bet you they've done them in the past before, I bet you anything that they're not going to sell anywhere near as well as the douchebag versions.
You
of
remember the
products.
Axe body? You remember the Axe commercials the way they used to be? Like, what's the Axe beta commercial? Like a dude swarmed by hundreds of hot women complaining about the dude they're to this guy. Like, what's the advertising?
He doesn't respect you.
There's probably companies that are like just trying right now to figure out ways to capitalize on this like sort of new reactionary, like Proud Boy masculinity.
Yeah.
Like these alt-right guys. It's like, how can we advertise to them without explicitly aligning ourselves with them?
I don't
Because
see
we don't
color.
yeah, like trying. Yeah, was that blackface spray? Self tanner.
That's the Old Spice version.
Yeah,
Pull up an Axe body spray commercial. This is an old one.
Yeah, the one where it's like chicks just mauling dudes.
What is this? Yeah, those were great.
Remember those? Yeah. It made me want it.
What is it? This is a new one. Well, look, it's.
It's same deal, kind of.
Look, a hot chick. It's a tranny.
Hairy legs.
Axe body spray.
Is this a new one?
It's just a hot chick walking toward an ugly dude. I like that. All right. Yeah, and then she smells something in the air. There's all these normal, like, starts sucking his cock. Yeah, she does. She literally does.
Yeah, she's going
Fuck
down.
yeah. Fuck yeah. That's how a commercial
That's a damn
should be.
commercial right there.
That's a fucking
That's
commercial.
a damn commercial.
Suck and fuck. That is the way you should be selling to men.
They should
Now
be,
bring up the new Axe commercial with Mike Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's how
Why
they should
wouldn't
be.
you go see Wonder Woman? Like, Mike, this is about Axe. Yeah, I'll get to that. If you don't go see Wonder Woman, you're a piece of shit. That's the bottom line.
If you didn't cry at the thought of a woman directing Wonder Woman. That's fucking.
But that Axe body spray, that's how they should be like. Commercials for Rite Aid should be that. Hamburgers. That's just how they should sell everything.
But it is. It is how they sell everything. Why are we running away from it? That's why Axe body. You know what? Axe body spray. Real estate of the week.
He's a real ass dude. He's got a bad
Axe body spray.
attitude. One might feel he's real. He's a real ass dude.
Real estate of the week. Axe body
Axe
spray.
body spray. Did you say Black's body spray?
Yeah, I did.
What's
I thought we were having a moment of dead air.
It's called Mace.
I panicked.
What's tranny axe? Just someone axing them.
It's the axe
Someone
that
hits him
the
with an
doctor
axe.
uses. Axe wound body spray.
Oh shit. Yeah, I like the fact.
Inability to face the facts body spray. I'm sorry. I think trans identities are real.
Can I listen to me? I think that this. What I like about it is that they're not trying to fucking manipulate me. They're not running away from what they are. They go, "Do you want to fuck hot chicks? Are you?" And every man, except a select few, goes, "Yeah, I want to fuck hot chicks. Yeah, that's what I want to fuck."
Yeah.
You know, every man.
Well, the few who chose to be gay.
But why? You're casting a wide net there. Just think about marketing. You're just casting a wide net. You go, I'm gonna
They
get.
still do that, but they do it. They do it by trying to appeal
No,
to.
the specificity of it is becoming a problem. You can't break it down now. Well, we're going to appeal to this guy and this guy.
Yeah,
and
you
this
can
guy.
actually with social media.
I don't think
like
that's
your
good.
your ability to
Well,
target
it's getting
certain
targeted,
segments,
yeah.
certain segments of the population, way more specifically.
Not with deodorant though. That's my problem.
Absolutely,
I don't
with
think
deodorant.
it's a good idea.
You're not. I mean, that ad is fine for television. If you're like just broadcasting it to a million people, you can put it on Spike TV. Yeah. If you have like a video pre-roll
we can get
that's
this show on
hooked up
Spike
to
TV. That's the top of the mountain for us.
yeah, that's hooked up to somebody's like Facebook, and they know exactly who's fucking watching the video. I mean, you know, do you think if you put
I think
that
that
in
one is. I think that one appeals more to the beta male than the fucking beta male version.
Well,
of that
you're right. It
commercial.
can get really specific, but
No,
that,
because
that
here's
did reach every
here's
dude.
the pussy getting mindset of the guy you call the beta male or whatever. Watching that, it's like, wow, this is disgusting. The way they objectify women. I'm gonna write a Medium post and break down this commercial and everything that's a problem with it in society at large. And then my hope, secretly, is that a woman will comment and say, I did a good job writing this, and then I'll slide into her DMs, and eventually I'll get to fuck her.
Yeah.
And so it's still,
Yeah.
you know, that. So it's like, okay, as an advertiser, then, how do I go after that guy? The guy that wants to write this Medium post.
X for consent body spray.
Yeah, right.
That's another move, like sliding into the girls' DMs. I'm very bad about that. I'm not good at like. I feel like it's so transparent. Anytime that if you just message a chick.
Oh, it's a creepy.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
I mean, what is going on? You think I want to talk to you?
Right, exactly.
Do you really think I'm trying to?
This is going to sound totally weird, and I never do this, but
this guy
I just saw that picture of your cat, and it reminded me that you have a pussy also. And
it's crazy. I don't understand, and that's the problem. It's about being a phony, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so transparent when I do it that I go like, oh, she sees right through this. But in a weird way, I guess garbage people, they kind of want that, because I have girls that'll message me all the time, and I'm sure she kind of comes to the same conclusion, and I like it. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the one that kind of initiates it. It's a very weird thing
because it's so sexual. Just the phrase "slide into her DMs."
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to put it that way.
Slide into her dick moisturizer.
Yeah, it's very difficult to slide if she doesn't want it. But if you jam into her DMs, if you really if you try hard enough, you can get it in there.
If you hold a knife to her inbox.
Jesus Christ.
So, it's Halloween officially today, because most of our fans are listening to this show on iTunes on Monday, right? So it's Halloween. This is it, man. Do you still celebrate, Nick?
No.
You're when's the last time you celebrated Halloween?
I don't. What do you mean by celebrate? You mean
like
do
got
cocaine? I mean, then probably I'll celebrate. It.
Halloween last weekend.
Yeah.
It's Halloween every night.
Yeah, right.
The Mullen house.
Yom Kippur is Halloween, I guess.
What? No. When's the last time you got dressed up and celebrated like you were excited because it's Halloween?
I don't know. When I was like
Candy and shit.
probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I never.
What
did.
happened to you?
No, I'm just lazy. I mean, like I've gone to Halloween parties as an adult, but they're like, "What are you going as?" I'm like, "I'm not going to this fucking shit. I'm gonna go there and drink the beer and fucking get kicked out of the party."
Remember Darlene and Roseanne one year? She just wasn't wearing a costume, and she's like, "I'm a sociopath. I look just like everyone else."
Yeah,
that was it. So nice lazy costume.
Yeah.
So do you even
great
do that?
Sitcom writing.
It really was one of the best. Yeah, we love that show. Mm-hmm. Do you even do that much? Do you even say something ironic? Or like, will you put on a hat?
No.
And say like, "This is a hat that says this is my costume."
No,
not even that much.
No. Okay. Yeah, no. I feel like it's for girls. Halloween is for girls to dress up
and parents.
And it's for who it's for. It's for people that aren't fucking funny. That want to do their topical joke once a year.
That is true.
All the people that are going to be Ken Bone this year for Halloween.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to tolerate that.
Oh. I feel bad because I think I have a great idea that's a topical joke that is just in the same vein.
Don't do it. Just don't do it, man.
You know what I want to do?
What?
I gotta see if it doesn't cost more than $50, I'll do it. I'm gonna buy a Bill Cosby mask and get the Predator dreads, and I want to be sexual predator Bill Cosby.
That's funny, I guess. That's at least a visual pun.
Yeah.
That's like a Carrot Top sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
you have to walk around the whole fucking party explaining what your costume is.
Yeah,
people will get it. I think people will get it.
As a white man, you can barely do Halloween anymore. Pretty much every costume is racist, unless you're doing Ken Bone. That's really the only one left.
Ken Bone, remind me again. This is the guy that went on Reddit and
he asked
just because I barely pay attention.
He asked a question at one of the debates.
Yeah.
And
then
he's like, "I'm an undecided voter," and he looks like a fucking idiot. So everyone started making fun of the way he looks, and then people online remembered that they spent the last 2 years talking about how they're morally superior to anyone that would criticize someone's appearance. So they had to find a way to justify making fun of him.
So they went through his Reddit.
They digged through his Reddit and found out, like, oh, he jacks off. That's basically rape.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. That's not even him. That's the costume.
That's the costume, which will be very popular. Zach, you should be Ken Bone. You kind of look like him already.
Yeah. I was a kitty cat last night.
Oh, motherfucker.
Were you really?
Yeah, I did Zenhauser's new show.
Is that more slang, kitty cat?
I was Beavis because we did it at Kumia Studio.
Oh, really?
So I was Beavis, and I was laying on the couch with a Bud Light.
Is Beavis AC/DC or is he Metallica? Which one is Beavis?
No, Beavis is the
Kumia's cat.
Anthony Kumia's cat is named Beavis.
Okay.
Yeah, they do say that about costumes now. They're all racist. The American Indian, that was an old standby.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I have
no problem with blackface.
There is nothing hotter than a white woman at a music festival dressed like a Native American.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's hot
because it pisses people off so much. Yeah,
I'm just not easily offended. So I think blackface is funny. Like if you could do a costume and and it makes the costume better to make your skin dark, fucking do it. I mean, why did they let what's his name get away with blackface in that one movie? Remember the war movie,
Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder,
because it was a criticism of blackface itself. I mean, it was irony.
Yeah, and then they also
it was a mockery.
Australian also, so like he wasn't American. Like they did all all of the research to make sure no one could really. It was pretty airtight.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, nobody said shit about this. And
Nobody said shit about it because the joke- yeah.
I never saw the movie.
The joke was that he's like a white guy that they cast as a black guy, so it answers like the question.
And they had a black guy in the movie
appropriation.
next to him to be offended.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't a question
Right.
whether or not.
You know why? Is because his never go full retard speech perfectly explains why in the movie.
I didn't see the movie.
You haven't?
I didn't see
That's
the movie
one of
now.
like the best comedies that's come out in the last 10 years. Yeah,
maybe I'll watch it.
I mean, for like a mainstream, even like fucking. What's his name's in it? Tom Cruise. Even for really mainstream, it's pretty raw.
Tropic Thunder is a really fucking.
He was like that was the thing. Nobody knew he was in the movie. Tom Cruise, right? And then he like appeared at the end.
Man, Ben
the whole
Stiller.
movie.
Ben Stiller's one of those guys that's been so talented and so consistent for so long that people sort of just forget that he's really good at comedy. Yeah, he never had any like.
But I think
arc.
you know what it is. I don't think anybody ever considers any of his movies the best.
Yeah,
and they're all just great. Like every one of them is really good.
Yeah,
but I don't think everyone's like, oh, Step Brothers is the fucking best. Happy Gilmore is the best. There's certain ones that like people fucking really connect with, and I don't know if anybody's like Zoolander's the best comedy I've ever seen.
I think a lot of like bros are really into Zoolander. Yeah, I think that's like a big bro.
Yeah, and I
movie.
think there's a lot of like real nerds like me who like love like Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Dude, Cable Guy's a great fucking
I loved
movie.
Heavyweights as a kid.
Yeah, it was
Heavyweights
dark as shit, dude.
Yeah, super underrated. I mean, the only reason why it wasn't popular is because it followed Ace Ventura, and that was so goofy. And
it was an adult movie, dude. Kids, I remember I was probably 11 when that came out. Can you look up the year that came out, Shannon?
Cable Guy? I think 96.
I mean, really, was it that late?
Maybe 95.
It had to be. I think it was a little earlier because I remember I used to go to the movies by myself every weekend when I was like 12. Right, and it wasn't that sad. I worked at a hair salon, sweeping up the hair and like, getting all the girls'
That's
lunch.
the sad part.
Well, no, it was great. All the girls were hot. I used to like jerk off in the bathroom, like just thinking about all the girls.
That's really funny. I used to work at a fabric store when I was 15, and I was the only male who worked there. I was like a janitor, and I would go to the bathroom and with my bags, my mop bucket, I would just lay down on the floor on the, it was almost like a Dexter crime scene. I would lay on the fucking plastic bags, and I just jerk off. This is before I knew I could sit on the seat and just have a dry rub.
I worked at a pizza restaurant. My boss had a hole cut in his pocket so he could reach into his crotch and jack himself off while ringing up women at the register.
Smart move.
And I'm like, yeah, man, that's kind of fucked up. Imagine if that story came out now. That guy would be crucified.
Yeah.
Because they real video too. So
that's just like an awesome legend now.
yeah. Dude, he used to pull his dick out of his
Times
pocket.
are better. I almost feel like if you get away with it, that's it, right?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any sort of social justice or any sort of like online, let's destroy this guy. If you get away with it, you jerk off. If you don't get away with it, you go to jail.
That's why we have statutes of limitations.
Yeah.
Because everybody they kind of love a con man. So if
really
you're
do.
already in Mexico tipping your hat at fucking the world, then people are like, you know what? You did it. You fucked those kids.
I'm 100.
Good for him.
Yeah, but now they have forensics and the cold case shit. We're doing all of it.
Yeah. Well,
you can rape a child if you can forge a check. I'm on your
obviously,
side.
we're not talking about child rape, okay? Child diddling, that's a little different, okay?
Yeah.
These are two different
Leonardo
categories.
DiCaprio's on a plane going away from the child rape.
If you play a flute before you do it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck shit, dude. God damn it, man.
Yeah.
How the hell did we get on this?
I don't know. 'Cause
From
I'm
Halloween.
here.
It's fucking hilarious. Nick, you are a great guest, too. I really do enjoy having you on the
thank
show.
you.
by the
Thanks
way.
for having me.
All right, let's take a quick moment and thank Manscaped.com for supporting today's show. Manscaped.com makes incredible products for below-the-belt grooming, everything from creams to ball lotions to all that stuff. But really what I love, the thing that is the big draw, in my opinion, is their Lawnmower 4.0. It's the best ball shaver on the market. You can't cut yourself with it. It has skin-safe technology. You can use it in the shower. It's waterproof, which is when I do it, it takes me literally 2 minutes to trim downstairs in the shower. It's the best product I have.
Absolutely. And your grooming routine just isn't complete without applying the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver. They have the new Shed Travel Bag, Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs, just so many great things, including Ultra Premium Body Wash, 2-in-1 Shampoo, and Body Deodorant.
Just go to Manscaped.com, and when you check out, use the promo code RealAss. You're going to save 20% off your order with free shipping. Manscaped.com, promo code RealAss, 20% off plus free shipping. All right, let's get back into it. Real quick, my son did start karate in Harlem.
Well,
I know you brought it up.
congratulations.
He did.
Thank you.
Which is a weird thing.
Is it the same kind? Is it the same karate, or is it like is it a variant?
Yeah, it's like it's like show enough.
karate?
It's like show enough from.
Is it the dance fighting they do? Is it that Brazilian dance fighting? Is that the variant? Is it a variant?
Just love the way he said, "Is it a variant?" Was terrifying. James is training in Shaq Fu.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no.
James is only fighting. It is a variant, but it's karate, but only for when approach.
I saw
They
some
give you a bike lock and you just start hitting gays. It's pretty crazy. Kya! Kya!
I saw some place the other day, and the name of the business was like Pondi Rhythm or something, and
Yeah.
it was like Jamaican fitness.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was something like come on in and feel the rhythm or whatever. And it's like that's got to be
Just
bullshit.
Yamanika dancing
Yeah,
to the Carnival Cruise song.
Right.
Let the music play on, play on. She does. That's what I love about her. Every third Instagram is just a her in a class, like dance. It's great. I want to get in that class. Let the music play on.
Let the music play on. And there's little sea creatures like crabs crawling up with her and dancing with her. Little starfish. Oh, shit. No, he's doing regular karate.
Yes.
Taekwondo. But it's in Harlem, and he does have a black instructor, which is a little weird. It's the closest that I've ever felt to being cucked. Like watching a black man teach my son how to be a man right in front of me as he makes eye contact with me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
And the first line in the class is like, now you're going to need this when you get locked up. All these 4-year-olds like, what?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Robert DeVore Detention Center in Rikers?
Yeah,
It's the young adult section.
It's
Better
all-
be on your toes.
They do all moves just to learn how to like thwart off cops.
They have an Officer Darren Wilson doll that they bring out.
Yeah.
But why karate? It's not like didn't your whole UFC thing debunk karate? I thought karate was done.
It didn't debunk karate. Here's the thing. The reason I chose karate.
Debunk karate.
Well, they start with karate and then they move into home invasions and other skills.
Yeah, how to recognize a good head unit
Yeah.
from down the block.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah,
1997.
4-year-olds don't stick with karate.
Yeah.
By 9, they're smoking cigarettes and
Well, I'll tell you.
Karate / Subway dance moves.
I spoke to Bisping, who I do the podcast with. He's a UFC fighter, UFC champion. And I spoke to a lot of fighters about this, and they said the foundations of Taekwondo and karate for a 4-year-old. They just think it's just an appropriate foundation. They understand like little things like discipline. The first 20 minutes of the class is all fucking exercise, dude.
By being an emotionally absentee father, you're already doing so much more for him than the karate class
That
will.
is true,
Right. In
yeah.
terms of his eventual professional fighting career.
That is also true. Yeah.
And by forcing him to supplement the income by selling those snacks on the subway that I've seen him do, much.
I'm raising money for my dad's basketball team.
I got Welsh's and Welsh's.
You ever see the one kids who, or the kids who like do this? They're like, yo, I ain't raising no money for my basketball team. I ain't out here for the Boy Scouts. I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
Oh,
And
that's
it's like,
interesting.
so they're almost saying like, if you don't give me $1, I'm going to kill you and your family.
Yeah, no, that's
I
the
don't
common
blame
one.
him.
It's like I'm doing this so I don't have to rob people.
I respect that, but I feel like looking at that kid and going, "Oh, you're in trouble."
No, but no,
You're in trouble.
No, fuck you, dude.
I buy the thing.
Pretend
dude.
to have a basketball team. Don't give me the inherent threat that you and your friends are going to murder me and my friends.
Yes.
If you're not out there, if I don't buy your fucking Welch's fruit snacks.
He's not a hack. He doesn't want to like play the game. You know, he doesn't want to like pretend to like. It's like a comic who doesn't want to like. You know,
but you got to pretend to play the game. If you know, in sales, let me explain to you something, okay? You pretend to play the game. I don't come out, if I'm selling Equinox memberships, okay? I don't get to come out and go, hey, you know what, dude? It's tough out here, man. I'm real late with my rent right now. If you could just buy it, if you could buy a fucking membership, it would really help me. You know what? I'm not going to fuck your wife in front of you if you do that.
This lady came up to me on the street. I was like headed to the train. The G train was shut down. They're not running a shuttle. I was like pissed off. She's like, sir, excuse me. And I just always ignore those people. And she comes up and she's like, I need a can of milk. The can of milk, whatever thing.
A can of milk?
What they do is they have you.
It's interesting.
She
wants condensed milk.
I've never participated, but the can of milk is like the most expensive thing you can buy with an EBT card.
Oh.
So they do something where they buy it and you give them the cash for it, and then they give you the milk, and then they get a refund. I don't know.
My mom used to do this. Well, she didn't do that.
It's
Milk
some-
shit.
it's-
That's crazy. My mom used to just sell her food stamps at 50% of face value.
Yeah.
So she would go out and fucking, and it was horrifying to me.
Yeah.
It was just like the most embarrassing thing in the world is my mom who had false teeth. Like her not having her teeth in and just paying with food stamps. As I'm sitting there like, oh my God, please nobody notice me and my horrible, horrible mother.
Yeah.
I prayed for her death every day for 10 years.
Or I don't know.
So God's real.
Whatever it is.
Sponsored by Audible.
They have you buy a can of milk for them or whatever. But I didn't do it, and then so I'm like, sorry, can't help you. And then she was like, ooh, are you having a bad day or something or whatever? I'm like,
she just starts jerking you off.
The fucking train's not running. She's like, oh, well, my sister died 6 weeks ago. So she was trying to like, it's like you're not going to get me on the empathy thing. And I, without thinking about it, was like, yeah, well, the train's not running and I'm late to my oncology appointment. And I just lied about having cancer to this
wow.
bum. Yeah, to make her feel bad. So
you upped the ante.
I did.
That's
And
great.
Did she know what it meant?
No effect, but she left me the fuck alone. So
Yeah.
If somebody says I'm raising money for your basketball team, just look them directly in the eye and say, I have cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah.
That's a very smart way to do it. Where
it doesn't
I
feel,
always
doesn't
say
feel
that.
good to be
But
lied to.
I have the only
does it?
cancer where you could get obese first. I have the only cancer where you gain weight.
I just say I have Hep C.
Yeah. Ray just says he's homeless. They go, of course. Whereas I live there.
Can I have some money for my basketball team?
What?
Do you want a fruit snack? I have hepatitis C.
Do you want to get bit? Quick question. Do you want to get bit? Yes or no?
What variant of Welch's? do you
What
have?
variant? What variant?
Ray walks in the subway, rats. They're like, we don't want to get eaten.
They come out of his pant legs.
Yeah, dude. I think that's very smart though, because when homeless people, they will try to guilt you.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's I've never thought about this. When homeless people try to guilt me, my immediate reaction is to be like, "Fuck you, dude. Are you kidding me?"
See, I buy homeless people food all the time. I buy them whatever the fuck they want, but it's on my terms and when I feel like it. Don't solicit shit from me, or I'm gonna lie to you.
Dave made a really good point. I don't know if it was he did an interview about his special, which by the way, guys, Libertas
Number one for a week.
still number one for a full week. Everyone gets to number one for a couple days. You know, a week, dude. Let me tell you something. Jim Gaffigan Cinco knocks everybody out of the fucking number one spot after 4 days, and Dave's been holding tight. And the special's incredible. We've gotten so much great feedback on it so far. So thank you if you purchased it. If you haven't purchased it, go buy it now at GasDigitalNetwork.com. It's just $9. We're talking to a lot of other comics right now about doing specials with them as well. I believe that Gas Digital is going to be able to produce the best comedy specials in the world because we're giving all of the control to the comedians. You guys are the comedians are putting out the special that they would want to put out without the pressure of Comedy Central and Netflix or the industry. So support us and grab that because it's fucking dope. But he made this point about in New York City, and I remember this when I first moved to New York City. It's like I gave every homeless person like $1 that I saw. My first day, I'm like, oh, dude, this is crazy. Like, and there's so many people that come up to you after about a week being in New York City. You're completely desensitized to it, and then you're like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. I got to go to where I got to go, and you will ignore. Like real struggling people. Not all of them are scamming. About half of them are fucking scamming. Right. Half of them, and then the other half are, maybe it's their own fault and they got there for whatever fucking reason. But they're dying, they're diseased, they're addicts, whatever it is. And we become desensitized. And it's only in a city like New York. There's not very many cities. I guess like big walking cities.
Yeah.
But you become desensitized to like human tragedy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything to affect your day.
Yeah. What I like to do is when I see somebody who's homeless and like bloody and on the ground, I try to pick the year that they did the Montreal New Faces.
Yeah.
And it's usually within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
They're like, 2011. I'm like, oh, all right.
You ever see the homeless people with the really like big, like the legs?
New faces.
Yeah,
will probably be actual homeless people. in the next 5
soon,
years.
very soon.
Yeah.
The guy with the big shoe. You mean
Not
the big
just
boot?
You'll see, a
The
lot
big
of
foot, the diabetic foot,
huge foot, but
the
that's not-
elephantitis of the foot.
I saw a Chinese guy one time with a functionally short, well, not a functionally short leg, a leg that was like probably like 15 inches shorter than the other one. And he had like some Chinesely made custom shoe.
Right.
That had a wooden platform.
Wow.
I mean, I wish I could just
You
show
think
you.
he was
a
just in
picture.
kinky boots?
It was, yeah.
Just,
it was one of the
Skechers?
funniest things I've ever
That's
seen.
crazy.
Yeah, the
His leg was a foot shorter than the other one.
Yeah, one leg was shorter than the other one, so he would walk around with this, like, big,
this big cartoon shoe on.
I was terrified of getting invited to parties. I hated that idea. I like to get fucked up with my small group of friends,
Yes.
you know, in the woods and not have to, like, anytime somebody was like, oh, there's this party we're going to, I'd be like, you know, sweating.
Okay, we can't rape a 4-year-old child at a party.
Right, yeah. I'm trying to live forever by sucking the life force out of a baby's penis. I don't want to just, you know.
Show at a party and do a kickstand.
Yeah, right. You blow off a Ferrari. That's for poor people.
But being closeted was a big part.
You ever cut a Malaysian kid's head off and fuck the neck hole?
You've never felt like you've had any type of wealth.
I'm on that Epstein level.
Because I think the people were like, we know you're gay, but as long as you're not, like people like they were like they knew but they didn't know.
Yeah, you were Long Island in the 90s, 2000s.
They did 2002, 3. They knew, but they were like, we don't know. Because then there were the theater kids who were just like, but I wouldn't want to hang out with the theater kids now.
No.
That's the problem. Like, as an openly gay dude, I wouldn't go and hang out with theater kids
That was
now.
the funny part. Like,
I don't want to.
people who can sing, this is why it's, like, incredible when you see, like, a Britney Spears or, like, a fucking, you know, whoever, I don't know who the fucking famous singers are now.
You just named the worst singer.
Yeah,
but go
Britney,
on.
you know, Britney Spears.
the worst singer
Christina
ever.
Aguilera.
Yeah.
All these popular singers out today.
Yeah, you know, if you could sing, like, you know, Britney Spears or Kathy Lee Gifford, someone that has a real talent.
Dido, all of our favorite singers.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
America's favorite, Enya. The singers that everyone in America loves. Harry Connick Jr.
What is your point, though? I was very interesting.
The point that I'm making is that it's very, to find like a hot one.
Yeah.
It's like pretty incredible because you know all the people who had talent, like in musical theater, and like because I was in musical theater in high school, all the people who had talent were like these fucking semi-fat chicks.
Yes.
That were like,
because they had the diaphragm.
Yeah, dude. And they could sing and they could do all the
filled
tap
with
dancing. But it was never a hot chick.
Now they dictate blogs to Siri.
No, like a
instead
hot
of-
chick. Listen, there was a hot chick who was the lead.
Oh, she was up, but she got everything.
And she would go like this. The hot chick. There was a hot chick who was the lead, and she opened her mouth to sing. You would hear this. She would go, "There is a castle on a cloud," and
You know what
everybody
you're
was
talking
like, "All right, I guess."
You're talking about like closeted kids or whatever. It was so funny. Like when I was in like middle school, they would bring, like they would bring everyone into the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And they'd put us in the stands, and they would bring out like people who came from like some kind of summer program or extracurricular thing for like. Sometimes it'd be like swing dancing. and, you know, they would give us a demonstration. It would be these two fucking losers doing swing dancing or whatever. And then, you know, everyone's like, this is fucking bullshit. Yeah. And then you would look over and like the clearly gay kid would be at the edge of his seat. You know, like, already like, you know, it's just everything filled out except for his parents, you know, signature or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, one reason I wasn't that kind of gay kid is I was an actor's little kid, so I knew that all these people were losers.
Yeah.
So every time an assembly would come in, I'd be like, oh, they're fat. Like when you're a kid, you don't know anything about the world and the way it works.
Cool.
Yeah, I always knew they were losers.
I thought the guys who taught us
losers.
the guys who taught us like circus tricks.
Yeah,
I was like, these guys are fucking awesome. Nick, no, more into the microphone, Nick. If you could just really, I want to hear your brain matter come out of your nose.
People need to feel like they're here hanging out.
They need to feel like they're in the room.
I respond to every fucking Instagram message.
Yes,
I shake every goddamn hand. I get to know people who are my fans. So
They're gonna hear you blow
you're
your
gonna
nose.
fucking, you are going to get hepatitis C from me if we hang out.
But you're right about that. I did think everybody that came into those
was
assemblies.
cool.
I mean, super cool. Everyone in high school, I remember going to, there was a planetarium in my high school.
Yeah.
Which is very strange that we had an actual planetarium.
It's very strange.
In my high school.
And
Yeah,
what's
dude.
even stranger is it wasn't a planetarium. It was a room where you would get raped and just look at pictures of
the lights didn't turn on there.
Yeah.
You go in there and sort of black out and see stars. I don't know what happened.
It was a Spencer's
I
Gifts.
wake up with a lump
I
on my
just saw the
head.
glowing stars on the ceiling.
Yeah, the shop teacher had this dark photography room. It was actually a planetarium, and you had to be naked in it because if you had your clothes on, the light would refract.
Look up North Rockland High School Planetarium. Pull it up on the big screen. It was huge when I was a kid, and I remember going in elementary school, and all of the high school kids.
I love if Shannon looks that up and an article just comes out and it goes, "Kids report multiple rapes at North Rockland High School."
In the planetarium.
In the planetarium.
Dude, we have a planetarium. Look at this shit, doggy. This was, and we went there. I had a science class. I had a fucking earth science class in the planetarium in 9th grade. But we went there as kids, and I remember everyone looked like adults. Everyone was super cool. They let kids smoke on the premises when I was in elementary school, and I went to the high school to visit the planetarium. So this is like, you know,
Planetarium
1990.
Can we just
I like
say that?
astronaut ice cream. It's fun to chew.
It was pretty cool, dude. When you were a kid,
There's too much to look at. I remember the first time I went to see an IMAX movie, I was like so disappointed.
It's
There's
so
too
much.
It's too much.
intense.
What the fuck is that? Yeah.
It's like a bolt. There's like an asteroid flying at the left side of your head.
Yeah.
I went to see the Beavers movie. Remember that? That was
Oh
like-
yes, dude. That was also my first IMAX movie.
That's old school. Yeah.
That was like 97 or something.
Was that the first IMAX movie?
I think so.
They put an IMAX theater in the Palisades Center Mall, and I remember
there was that movie, and then there was another. There was another like fish.
Penguin
There was
one.
something about fish.
It was the
Penguins.
Penguin movie.
It was, that was like early on too.
Beavers. Yes, dude. I saw Beavers alone in IMAX in the Palisades Center Mall. Yeah, dude. What, 96, 97 it came out?
That, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I forgot that even existed. Please stop blowing your nose
He's
into
sick.
the extraordinarily sensitive microphones.
He's sick.
I'm sick of your bullshit. You're criticizing the Beavers IMAX movie.
We got to do some rape dicks.
Rape dicks. Rape dicks. Rape dicks. Rape.
All I know is ball and good and rape and rape and rape and rape and rape.
Let's put our detective hats on.
What is this segment? What is this? This
We-
wasn't here last time I did
We're
the
rape
show.
dicks.
Like investigators?
Yes.
Yeah, detectives.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, we're not. Come on, Nick. Grow up.
What?
Okay, we're fucking against rape, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what the segment is.
That's another mischaracterization of me. People are like, this guy likes to rape.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What's so bad about
I
a
must.
rape
It's deep
apologist?
inside.
The guy that goes around being like, "I'm sorry you got raped." That seems like a nice guy to me. Everybody gets mad. I mean it. I'm sorry you got raped. That sucks.
That is a good bit.
That's a great bit, Nick.
Flowers.
You get you an order of Sherry's berries after you get raped.
Hey, listen, I heard about your rapes. I got you this singing telegram. Oh, we're sorry you got raped. He's in a sailor costume.
Oh, shit. So, I say Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what I say, okay? Billionaire. He really stimulated the economy in a lot of ways, I'm assuming. I don't know. Well, I haven't looked into it, but to make $1 billion, it's a fucking lot of dough going through his fucking hands and through his people, right?
Yeah.
Probably a net positive. When you consider those girls, I don't know what they were going to do, okay? We have no idea. But, you know. Jeffrey Epstein's probably done more for society. Can you agree with that, Nick? That Jeffrey Epstein's done more positive for society than those girls would probably ever be capable of.
They're already going to kill you for talking to me. So there's no point in sucking up to the guy now. Everyone in my circle will be murdered.
To me, this is all just a story of how good young pussy must really be.
Dude, young pussy is fine. No, it's not that good. I remember 14-year-old pussy. When I was 15, I lost my virginity to a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
When I was 16. It sucked, dude. They didn't know how to shave their pubes the right way. It's always stunk a little bit. They didn't know how to clean themselves the right way. They're a little fucking gross.
Yeah, but these girls are professionals.
Yeah.
They're pros.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one of those things Joe's using on the fucking plane.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, Nick, about with the Pizzagate thing.
Yeah.
Did you see that they're implicating Voodoo Donuts now?
No.
Literally, the donut shop I wanted to get married at. They have a
Interesting.
chain, and they do like voodoo weddings, and they have like
Yeah,
satanic
yeah.
imagery. Supposedly, they hired people from the pizza place, and they're in some shit for having a donut with NyQuil in it that the FDA went after them, that they apparently were selling to kids at raves. And they're now being implicated in Pizzagate shit. I saw it was something.
Some of that Pizzagate
Donut
shit
Gate.
is just too goddamn funny. And
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Like,
I know nothing about Pizzagate. I know nothing.
Me and Tim started talking about it, but I remember like during, like it was like 2007, whenever the Daily Show was like at its peak. And I like a lot of like liberal friends that were like, you know, not that I'm like right wing to any degree, but like a lot of liberal friends are like, well, conservatives just can't be funny. They just don't understand humor. And it's like, well, no, humor isn't fucking ideologically bound. It's like that there's one good show that you like. The humor mostly relies on shitting on the fucking Iraq war. It's not just being liberal.
Yeah.
And then it became a thing where there's this entitlement on the left to what makes something funny that they're kind of short-sighted when it comes to
the fact that like a lot of what the alt-right does is funny. You know, and some of the shit in Pizzagate is just, it's like hilarious.
Oh yeah, well the trolling, there was a weird like thin line between like people who really gave a fuck about these like ideologies, and people who were just trolling, who thought it was funny, to just. Well, I did the other day. That one girl tweeted at me, and she was like, "Why are there no girls on your lineup?" It's not even a lineup. It was a Legion of Saints poster with Mark Norman and Joe List. Which is not a fan. She just was, saw me tweeting some.
The two are mutually exclusive. You can be a Nazi and also just be trolling for fun.
Of course, that's also true. You can also be funny and be a Nazi. That's fine. Okay,
right.
But that girl, she's like, "Why are there no women on your lineup?" And it's like, first of all, it's not a lineup, you moron. It's a podcast, and we didn't have a female guest that week.
Yeah.
And then I just tweeted back just the most simple, dumb trolling possible, and I was like, "Oh, they're going to be in the kitchen where they should be," or something like that. And then friends of hers are chiming in, and then my people, they're all arguing. You're like, guys, this is all very silly. Like, she's a fucking troll. The difference is she cares and she pretends she's doing some sort of social justice, but it's just her trolling. And she blocks everyone, just blocks me. But bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I would have never mentioned you once in my entire life. Why are you tweeting at me, starting up shit? Then people call you a dumb fat cunt on the internet, and now you're going like, oh, look at these alt-right members that are coming after me. You're like, none of that's real.
Yeah.
Like, none of it's fucking real. It's all this big fake thing where like people are emotional, and then it's spilling out into real life, and then it becomes a thing where people are hitting each other with bike locks and spraying mace in each other's faces, and you're like, guys, none of it's real. I experienced it on my own. None of that's real. That whole thing is all a very silly thing. These are just our fingers touching a fucking keyboard. It's not reality.
Yeah.
And because we are becoming more and more dependent on social media, our phones, and all this and technology, it's a sad thing that it is becoming reality.
Yeah.
And I step away from it. I step away from Twitter all the time. I just put it away. I'm telling you, every time I get into these dumb heated arguments, I swear to you, there's no emotion on my end. I'm just being a fucking internet troll. So that's why you texted me after you tweeted at me, and you were like, dude, I don't want you to think I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking around. And literally, I know you do the same thing.
Sure, yeah.
You like to troll. You like to say some provocative things sometimes. I watch some of your tweets sometimes, and it's just you being provocative. It's saying something you don't even agree with at all. It's sarcasm. You know, the people that won't understand the sarcasm are biting on the bait.
Right.
And then they all start, and it's funny and it's fun.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that South Park skank hunt, whatever, that episode.
Yeah.
Where the dad was just trying to articulate why he trolls on the internet.
But the thing, that gets too far into it, where there's plenty of people in the alt-right that are like, it's just trolling, and it's like, well, you got a costume and went to a march. That's beyond like not being emotionally invested. It's like now,
that's the thing. That's getting off the.
You wrote an entire fucking book about.
You can't troll in real life. If you are trolling at the supermarket.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna.
You can troll in real life.
You can, but the
classic example is pulling your pants all the way down at the urinal. I think that's art. If you can commit to that, Regal Theaters, fucking 2.5 hour movie just gets out. You pull your pants.
42nd Street opening night of fucking Medea movie.
You pull your pants all the way down to the floor at the urinal, and make everyone look at your ass.
Did you watch it? Because I'm going to save a lot of my opinions on this for tonight, but I would love your opinion on this.
My opinion on Nanette?
On Nanette.
It's the bravest thing anyone's ever done.
Can you pull up the trailer for Nanette? It's an Australian comic.
Is there? Hold on. Is there a trailer?
Maddow. Yeah.
There's an actual trailer?
Well, that's how everybody. I mean, like. Yeah, all the branding for it in the trailer, they make it seem like this, groundbreaking thing. That she's not doing comedy.
It's
and
groundbreaking.
An hour of, but then she does comedy. It's still structured like jokes.
It's not good.
My only reference for Australian female comics is Kelly Festuca. So.
Yeah, well,
which is better.
I was my only opinion on it is this: it's bad, but it's bad because she's Australian, and Australia doesn't have a single good comedian.
That is true.
Here's the thing: I don't like to criticize other comics publicly. What makes me mad about her? I just do it on podcasts. But what makes me mad about this bitch is that she fucking goes and tells Huffington Post like, "Oh, this is what comedy's supposed to be now." So it's like, fuck you, just do your thing. Don't tell everyone else what to do.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here's what you should do, Nanette.
Let's with this.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's kind of absurd.
Pull up the trailer, Shannon.
If you see a gay person, don't hit him with a bat. Like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, nice lesbian house, idiot.
Comfortable in a small town, I get a bit tense, mainly because I'm in this situation. And in a small town, that's all right from a distance. People are like, oh, good bloke.
What?
I love being mistaken
you guys
for a
just
man.
don't get it.
I wouldn't want to be a straight white man. Not if you paid me. Although the pay would be substantially better.
Because you'd be funny.
I do think I have to quit comedy, though. And it's probably not the forum to make such an announcement, is it? I've built a career out of self-deprecating humour, and I simply will not do that anymore, not to myself or anybody who identifies with me.
Because I'm
understand what
truly how they should
self-deprecation
identify
means.
themselves.
It's not humility. It's humiliation.
What the fuck is this?
Dude, this is every media outlet in the country is like, this is the greatest thing in the world.
Wow. Okay,
every
so you just
media outlet.
the whole idea here is let's just strip away everything that's funny and just make points that everybody agrees with.
Right.
Just make points
that most people agree
Most people agree with.
Right.
Make the fucking
Maybe in
friendliest
Tasmania, where she's from, in some bar, there's some guy at the bar who's been drinking all day in Tasmania that differs with her on a few key points.
Yeah.
They should be showing this to the children in the detention center.
A screening of Nanette.
You think you have it bad? This woman had to self-deprecate for her entire life,
years,
and she simply won't do it anymore.
She was paid to make fun of her paunch.
Yeah, I know you're eating expired beans out of tinfoil.
Right. With a quote from The Art of the Deal on the wall of this abandoned Walmart.
Yeah.
But this woman...
Yeah, the only thing you have to do to pass the time is to read Sun Tzu off toilet paper.
She grew up in Tasmania, where it's common fact they hunt gay people in the streets.
Yeah, so the thing that she did, there was an interview that she did with HuffPo, right? And she basically called out comics who are not using their platforms to fight for the rights of women, gays, brown people, whatever it is.
She's like, if your only thing is to be funny, then get off national television. Which, by the way, we're all on national television.
Right.
We'll all just leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk out of the Today Show studio.
Yeah, it's we're gonna get into this pretty. Big J has so much. He's like fucking losing his mind, and he has a Netflix special coming out too, which is hilarious.
So do I. Who cares?
Yeah. So we'll get into more, but it's the fact that she's gonna call out other comics
Maybe
for
Nanette
just trying to be funny.
Is the N-word that guy used. They're like, we're just not going to talk about Nanette.
At one point, she goes, maybe you guys have never had to deal with people murmuring rape threats from the front row.
Murmuring.
Yeah, like I'm
gonna rape this.
I'm gonna rape this dude after the show.
I'm gonna rape this girl. That's how you know it's not a rape threat if you couldn't hear them.
And here's the other thing.
Maybe there's miscommunication.
Are people really threatening to rape bull dykes?
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing? And
At
if
a
it is, I'm
comedy show.
sorry.
At a
Like,
comedy show.
Is that really a thing where you see like a
Yeah.
bull dyke and go, I'm gonna rape? Like, is that?
I know how I'm
Maybe
gonna
it
get
is.
you. I'm gonna rape you.
Right. That
I'm
just
gonna rape
doesn't-
the womanhood into you.
It doesn't feel like the move.
It's not that those threats don't happen. It's that that's not happening there and in that way.
Of course not. They kick you out of those
No
shows for
matter-
using your phone.
Right.
You think you're going to sit there and go, I'm going to rape you to the
Not
performer?
only, no, she's saying rape threats. She's dealt with this multiple times.
Yeah.
What fucking comedy clubs are you performing in
Right.
where there are guys sitting in the front row and they don't like your comedy that much that they are telling you that they're going to fucking rape
If you laugh-
and everyone's okay with it.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Right.
This is my problem with her, okay? She's a fucking liar. It's disingenuous. Look, if you want to go out and make a point, make a fucking point. Do your thing. Fine. Make this your whole world. There's a whole world of fucking idiots who are going to buy into this and love this.
Tons.
But don't call out actual real comics who are trying to be funny, who are looking for that instant reaction. Whatever it is, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. You could be doing shit just like she does. There are people that do that type of comedy and it's funny and they make it very funny, okay? What she's doing is not funny. There was not a single moment in
just
that.
a bullshit. All the coverage of it is just a bullshit marketing ploy. Because you watch the special, and it's just like any other comedy special. If you watch that, and there was none of this media reaction to it, where it's like this is groundbreaking because
Right.
it's an assault on comedy, you wouldn't think twice about it. It would look like any other just boring, shitty stand-up. I mean, and it has like the same, like it has that one point in there that they show you over and over again about how I simply won't do it anymore. But then she goes right back to being like, well, I look like a big dyke, don't I? Well, I just look like a big dumpy dyke.
Right.
Are these my legs, or did I shit myself for 9 years? And that's what my pants are for.
I make you sick, don't I? Think about the way I look.
It's not. It's humiliation, but
How fury
While we're at
fueled.
Well, it
Hannah
seemed like
Gadsby's
people came
stand-up
out with like
revolution.
reviews about it before it was even out. Like it came out like
Oh, you
this
know
is
what?
supposed
Listen,
to be groundbreaking. It's
Nobody
like, no.
watched this.
Nobody did.
Nobody watched it.
None of it. That review. There was one. I forget where it was, but that girl goes like, "I was raised on stand-up comedy."
Yeah.
And some of the self-exploration that some of my favorite comics are like, and then when she lists like Lenny Bruce, which first of all, if you say you like Lenny Bruce now, if you're under the age of let's say 124 years old, and you say you enjoy Lenny Bruce, you're a fucking liar.
You're psychotic.
You're an absolute liar.
I mean, I'll even bring it way further. If you say that you enjoy fucking Bill Burr at this point, I mean, come on, it's 2018. What are we doing? You know, let's move on.
And like Norm Macdonald too, and it's like you threw that in there because you wanted to have the cool one in there.
Trying to do the cred.
You know that people who like comedy like Norm Macdonald.
Well, did you see the part of the
you're not
interview?
familiar with Norm Macdonald.
She goes, Gatsby gave props to Tig Notaro's special Boyish Girl Interrupted. There are comics who are doing it right. Gatsby also praised Sarah Silverman and
that one,
Margaret
she was really
Cho,
funny.
Maria Bamford. Literally not one dude. So your whole thing is you're just agenda driven, right? Right. So there's no funny guys, right? No, there's not a single dude in the world that you look at and go, he's funny. The only people that are doing it right are fucking females that are literally pushing this agenda. That's not what stand-up comedy is. That is activism. You're talking about people that are trying to push an agenda that are taking out all of the funny.
Look, if that's how you feel, get off national television.
Get off
Get
national
off.
TV, Lewis. Enough.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to hear your opinion.
I mean, to
8
be honest with
PM
you, this is what's
Friday
happening
night
anyway.
on CBS.
What she's doing is she's also just sort of pointing out what's happening, which people that have real opinions and are really funny aren't really getting on national television. It's being taken away slowly but surely, and this is going to just move into this space more and more because everyone is too afraid to even just call this horseshit. Everyone agrees with this. Everyone in the world, the conversation we're having, is going, yeah, of course, this is fucking horseshit. Nobody thinks this is funny. And there's like fucking 30 fucking lesbians.
And again, if she didn't do the whole article, it's like, fine, then it's just not for me. I don't care. I wouldn't even say anything. But it's like, it's when you do the article and you're like, oh, fuck you guys if you want to do it this way. It's like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Completely
That's why
agree.
I'm not a fat activist, because I think there should be thin people.
And again,
you know what I
just
mean?
want to reiterate: the fault is Australia. This is a problem with this being an Australian person.
Who's the top Australian comics?
With the top Australian cultural inputs are like harassing animals.
But
and-
listen, also, all these media people writing about it aren't necessarily Australian. And all these fucking comics are going on Twitter like, this is brave. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nanette. Thank you. It's like, they're Americans.
Yeah,
Jim
well,
Jeffries, his stand-up's really funny.
Jim Jeffries does not count as an Australian comic because he built his career out
He
of
built
UK.
his bones in.
Okay.
He's a UK
Okay.
comic. He may be.
Adam Hills, never heard of him.
Cal Barron is one of them.
Claire Hooper, nope. Alan Spencer, I don't know any of these people. Adam
This guy doesn't even have.
Okay, all right. Tim
I've heard of Tim Minchin. He was on Last Comic Standing. Horrific.
Yeah?
Horrific. Not funny.
Interesting.
No,
Would it
don't
be
know.
funny if number 9 is for
AJ
Stuka?
Rochester, Akmal Saleh.
This guy doesn't look like he even speaks English.
Yeah, Akmal seems like he's going to be a
Right.
problem.
He
we wouldn't even
brings-
let him in this country.
This guy brings homemade chips to casinos and gets arrested. That's his big bit.
That's his act.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to know where.
What do you mean this come from? I know my house. I do not have house to bring. You fuck you, guy.
He's Australian.
No, he's Egyptian. The guy. What a horrible combination for comedy. Egyptian and Australian.
And
8
you're right.
comics in, this guy doesn't even have a headshot.
Andrew Denton.
This is just a Facebook picture.
This guy
Andrew-
just
Nobody
looks like
has
an open
headshots.
micer from Delaware.
Andrew Hansen. Wait a minute. That's the Nanette chick.
Yeah.
That's Andrew Hansen.
That's Hannah Gadsby.
Has
For
anybody
years,
seen
I
Hannah?
went on stage as Andrew Hansen, and I simply will not do it anymore.
Cannot
Not to me or anyone
Look,
that identifies
I swear
with
to
me.
God, it looks just like Andrew Hansen. No, or anyone who looks like me, like Andrew Hansen, Andy Lee.
All right, we don't have to do
I don't know any of these people.
Hamish.
Wait.
Jaimoin.
What about Jaimoin? I think
Jamiroquai?
Jaimoin might. Can you bring up a YouTube of Jaimoin?
They can.
Please.
I would love to see
Please,
Jaimoin.
Yeah,
please get Jaimoin up.
Yeah, I went into Starbucks the other day, trying to get that name on the cup. It's like, yeah, you deserve it. What the fuck is Jaimoin? It's like they let the guy who names all the animals in Australia name him.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I was into pro wrestling.
Okay.
I was
like
really,
wrestling
really
too,
into pro wrestling when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Is that going away now? Are people stop pretending to be into
Not
wrestling?
amongst our
Zach is,
That's
I think,
doing
starting a
real
career.
Not amongst our friends.
Yeah.
It's doing real good. Their stock's way up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't mean financially. I mean culturally.
No, people are really. It's on an upswing again.
Oh yeah, people are. There is no shame.
Yeah.
Anymore, they love it.
Yeah, it's like, there's people now, they're like, yeah, I host a socialist wrestling podcast. I'm like, what? Did I slip into a coma?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Is this really worse than having a wife in
Yeah.
the house?
Yeah.
Is this the other option?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look.
Socialist
We talk about
wrestling.
minimum wage and Douglas the Diamond's upcoming battle against Ricky Two Teeth.
Yeah.
Zach is now officially. What is the deal? What are you doing with that company?
Congratulations,
I'm a
by the
bad
way,
guy.
on your engagement.
Oh, thank you very
I
much.
didn't know
Demi.
anything. I didn't know about that.
Thank you, Demi.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm a bad.
What is that? I said before you came here, Lewis, because Zach got engaged. I was like, "What is that wedding gonna be like?"
Oh, you got engaged?
Yeah. We want to do it. I think.
What's his name?
That's funny.
Yep, the classic.
The classic.
Crushed
Got
it.
him.
I like it.
Thanks, man.
I was the first guy to ever make that joke.
Governors
really?
of Long
Yeah.
Island, applause break for that.
Yeah.
He did that. He got engaged. What's his name?
Yeah,
Applause.
yeah.
2 minutes, solid.
No, we started doing what's his name to Adam, but when he's just describing like, oh, I met this guy who was working at Xerox a couple
Yeah.
years ago. And we're like, oh, really? What's his name?
Oh yeah.
That way,
was me.
that way it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get in Adam's pants forever. It just doesn't work.
You're
I'm
really
not an attractive communist.
You're really attracted to Adam.
I'm not really attracted to him, but he's just he
It's
reminds me of the cute like Jewish.
It's kind of the story.
Long Island
It's-
Jewish boy.
You would just want the story of fucking Adam from Cumtown.
No, I'd want to fuck Adam just because fucking's fun. But I mean, the story would also be great. It'd be a lot of fun for the Reddit people and the
Yeah.
His
friends.
face
A
isn't-
lot of people want it. Like it's not just me.
Pull up Adam's face.
We all want it.
It's not just.
It's a future we all want to live.
Yeah,
in.
it's
Look,
not
we want
for me.
Bitcoin to go back to 20,000. We want Tim and Adam to be in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be funny.
Yeah.
He could the Dasha whatever person. They could work.
The Dasha whatever person.
His girlfriend or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that could all happen.
Oh, Adam's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't need to. I'm not trying to fuck up.
Yeah, he's an
somebody.
ugly man, and that's not. I like Adam. He's funny.
This is not a good picture.
Let's
of
look
him.
at pictures of Dasha too.
And
Dasha's
now
his
imagine
girlfriend.
me. Now imagine me and her because listen, she has benefits, but I have benefits.
I mean, I guess he's not good looking.
But he's not. He's not. You see him to the left. You see him there with
There
the,
we go. No, these are just other Jews that are coming up under the name Adam Friedland. Yeah. I mean, I guess from certain angles.
I just think it would be. I think it would be good for the community. It's really again, it's not
Yeah.
for me. It's a communal, social thing.
But it's just sort of like because it's almost because it became a thing that was put in your mind as a joke, and then that sort of
Well, it's not
turns
in
you
my-
on after a little while.
Well, it's just fun. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's. I would have sex with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think it'd be funny to have sex with Adam.
I agree.
There'd be a humorous component. He'd probably be uncomfortable. I don't want to be like, oh, I have to rape. I don't want to rape anybody. But I
You've
just
changed.
I know, but I think it would be humorous.
Netflix Tim is so different. Before Netflix,
You know.
Tim was like, I want to rape everyone.
Now I'm a teen idol.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta act like a teen idol.
Sold out, man.
Sold out.
Yeah, Adam.
Gay men's humor, by the way, used to be all about raping straight men for years, up
Yeah,
until
oh, yeah.
the woke craze. Gay men would literally be like, there were jokes that were literally like, I want to blow a straight guy, but it doesn't count until I can see the tear falling from his eye.
Yeah.
That was a
No, say
genre.
it again like Snagglepuss.
That was right. That was a genre of comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and then like 2 years ago, gay men were like, no, we're moralists.
Yeah.
We are the guardians of morality.
Well, that's everybody.
It's crazy.
Well, that's everybody. Yeah.
And then you go to fucking Mateo's Instagram, and it's like literally just shots of inside of his asshole.
Right. And then tweeting about, but it was just fine. I mean,
Yeah, he's fucking hot as hell. God damn it. That's who you should want to have sex with.
No, I'm not attracted
Holy
to Mateo.
fuck. Hold on. Pull up Mateo now.
Yeah.
Pull up Mateo's Instagram, and you want to fuck Adam
Dude,
Friedland.
Mateo's body is unreal.
Holy
It's
shit.
unreal, but it's not. But it's, I don't know. There's just something. When it's too unreal, I'm off. I'm out.
Yeah.
I want like somebody who looks a little goofy.
Yeah. I want somebody who looks like a
I like
Holocaust victim.
I like a little goof.
Look at this. Are you kidding me? I just want to kiss his chest.
He's too old. Adam looks like a young nubile.
What?
This is your friend.
What?
This is your friend. You're criticizing him.
Yeah,
No,
you see,
I'm not-
he looks old. I want to. Now we're gonna go to
No,
Mateo
for
and
me,
show
I
him
like
pictures
a
of
young-
Tim.
I like a young high school Jewish boy, which is Adam.
Okay.
Adam's old too. He's like 32.
Yeah,
but
Adam's
he
old as
looks
shit.
Yeah.
sick.
You think
He does.
that Adam doesn't look as youthful as Mateo?
I think Adam looks sick, and that's the people that I'm attracted to.
You're a bug
people
chaser
in a hospital.
You're a bug chaser.
I like
you want to
someone
catch
in a
AIDS. I
hospital
get it. All right.
who does not have
That's a whole
insurance.
culture of people, by the way. Bug chasers.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
people who search for. They try to fuck guys.
I'm aware.
I read Tim's Instagram post yesterday.
It was funny.
It was very funny.
But I think
What
that,
was that?
I used to read like bug chaser forums when I was a teenager. I thought it was like the funniest shit in the world.
fucking crazy.
Well, I just told
Yeah.
people because they're doing that dumb turkey challenge. I hate these things that people do. They're like texting their mom. They're like, put a turkey in the microwave. Like, how long should I put it in? And then all the mothers like, you can't cook a turkey in the mic. And then they put the screenshot of text up because they're losers. So I was just like, I did it with my mom, but I said I'm a bug chaser. I want to eat. I'm like, do that. Don't do the turkey.
What
shit.
does your mom say?
She just doesn't know what to say. She's schizophrenic. She thinks it's great.
She thinks it's one of
She
the
doesn't
voices
care.
in her.
She's like, yeah, you should. You're gay. You should have AIDS. Do you know she'll tell the doctor? She'll be like, my son said he wants AIDS. He'll just give her another pill. He'll be like, take this blue pill. Give Patty more medicine.
You're
It's not
gay.
even working.
You should have AIDS.
She doesn't care. She told me the other day, she's like, why did you say you're gay on Netflix? I'm like, oh, it's part of my act. She just goes, I don't know. She's like, I don't think you should do that. I'm like, all right.
Fucking hilarious.
She's probably not wrong.
Oh, fuck. There was a guy who was just convicted of
Being
tricking
gay.
men. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. He
Lewis
was
only gets
tricking
news
men
from Iran.
into having gay sex with him.
The only paper Lewis reads is the Tehran.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Tehran Time.
He would go on to like Bumble or Tinder or whatever it is.
Those are not gay ones.
And
but
he would
yeah.
but because we'd get straight guys and pretend to be a woman, have like pictures, catfish these guys, but then be like, yeah, I'm married, I'm a freak. You have to wear a blindfold and I'll come and blow you. So these dudes, apparently, is this the guy? Look at him.
I like how they go, a bearded gay man.
Well, he's got nice lips.
Yeah, he does.
A bearded gay man.
He tricked 4 straight men into having sex with him by posing as a woman and covering their eyes with a blindfold. Has been jailed for 15 years. Duarte Xavier, 33, poses
Damn,
Anna.
Professor X.
He's just in his wheelchair, just like
yeah.
Let's see, on dating apps including Tinder, and sent provocative images to fool the victims into meeting for sexual encounters. After being lured to his flat or parks, the victims between the ages 26 and 45 were then blindfolded through the encounter.
Okay, if you're getting your dick sucked in a park blindfolded and you don't know it's a guy.
You know, here's what happened. Can I tell you what happened?
The 26-year-old victim, 45 years old, and that happens to you.
You're
That's
not a
on
victim.
you, buddy.
Yeah, there's not a ton of sympathy.
You're a perpetrator. If you fucking put your dick in that guy's mouth.
Can I go to a park and be blown
No.
anonymously by the gender?
Can I tell you really what happened with those guys? Those guys are straight guys who got caught being gay, and they were like, oh, no, because they knew. They knew it was their part of their weird fucking fantasy as well. No one in that situation didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Play the Blame the Victim song you had produced for this segment.
I believe all men.
You knew what you were getting.
Zac Amico blaming the victim.
Yeah.
Calling the sniper.
The story's more complicated than you've been led to believe.
Yeah. She was asking for it.
She's emotionally unstable. More evidence. Blame the victim.
All right, let's blame the victim. We got a story here in Iowa.
a segment.
It's a 14-year-old girl went to a party with seniors. And get this, she was quote unquote
She wanted to be
gang
cool, right?
raped by the football team. First of all, I'm sorry, it's not a gang, it's a football team. Let's not besmirch.
Blaming the victim. Blaming the victim.
man,
You're going to blame the victim drop? This will be a fucking...
This is a great segment for the show.
Yeah.
It needs to be a segment.
the best segment ever
Yeah.
on the show.
It'll just be Lewis going, listen.
Blaming
I've
the
been around.
victim.
I've
There's
been
no
around.
such thing as rape.
I've been to parties, okay? I've seen things. I know what happens.
I grew up poor. Let me explain to you something.
My
okay?
father is dead. I understand murder, okay? So this woman happened to get murdered.
Look.
That's her. That's just her.
Doug, you're going to tell me you think those guys didn't know they were meeting a dude to get blown in the park blindfolded?
It's immaterial.
I mean, come on.
I don't know. Maybe
Come
they
on.
did.
They knew
probably had a suspicion.
They definitely had a suspicion.
Yeah.
They didn't peek. I'm peeking.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
And the guy's got a fucking beard. They did point out that he's bearded because they're like, all right, come on now. You didn't feel his fucking beard?
Oh, that's what I said. Beard.
It's
That's
funny.
a good point.
I
That
construct this in my head, and I just think of like Herbert von King Park, broad daylight, a guy with a blindfold on, just getting his dick sucked.
But there's like people playing volleyball.
Yeah,
and
as like a
around them.
Swedish girl walks her fucking multi-poo through.
She fucking homeless people challenging people to chess matches.
Yeah.
Just getting his dick sucked.
15 years seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Seems heavy.
It's rape of the mouth. Right? No. He sucked their dicks. That's not even that bad.
That's what I mean. It's like a weird.
Yeah, because the reality is as well, like once these guys they knew that they were gotten, they were like, all right, whatever. They're not like. It's just the difference between men and women. You know, I talk about this in my act. It's like, it's just not the same thing. These guys, they got their dick sucked by a guy. It's kind of a story that their buddies are going to laugh at them about for the rest of their life. It's just not the end of their world. You know?
I don't know how funny that story is, but
it's pretty hilarious. If one of my buddies...
Depends on what your buddies think.
My buddy was tricked into fucking a... Literally, you know, post-op didn't tell him.
Just imagine like a guy in an office sharing that, be like, "You're never gonna believe what happened last night."
Yeah.
I responded to an ad on Craigslist. Went
Yeah,
to the park.
me and Sharon went to see Thor Ragnarok. What'd you get up to, Mike? Oh, anyways, I go on Tinder, which is supposed to be for straight people. Next thing I know, I'm in Herbert von King Park. I can't get this blindfold off. There's this a French 22-year-old screaming at me
with a beard.
Yeah, because some man is blowing me. Monsieur, you are being raped. Anyway, how was Thor Ragnarok?
That's all, folks.